I was talking fantasy football with my friends
can you even see
the
there?
other day.
No.
Well, Josh?
Well. Look who's back. Where the hell have you been? At home, sitting in your asses?
Go away now, Josh.
Actually, my name is Alan.
I'm a dorky white kid with a Cub Scout bandana on his head.
Bravo.
Echo.
November.
Tango. On.
Football.
You did that.
I did that. That's my fault, guys.
Yep. That's on Josh. I don't know what he did, but he did it, and I didn't like it. And anyway, welcome back to Bet on Fantasy Football for week number Who the Hell Knows. I am your host, Alan Bentley.
And I'm your co-host,
No,
Josh.
you're no.
I'm your host, Josh Worley.
There you go.
All right, there you go.
Now we're both hosts.
We're hosts.
One week we were co-host, and now we're. Anyway, moving on.
All right, whatever.
Let's jump into our beers real quick.
All right, you want me to go first, or
Yes,
you?
I want you to go first because he was hiding his beer. He was not letting me see what worthy labels put on the.
It's
the label
nothing
for him.
bad. It's actually good, Alan. So
Okay.
you'll like this.
So
So my beer says, Fields, according to Denny Green, he is who he thought he was. So Fields has been amazing the last couple weeks, guys. They're opening up the playbook for him. They're letting him check down to DJ Moore. He's running less, and he's thrown for 4 touchdowns and over 300 yards or almost 300 yards in the last 2 games.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Awesome. And that Bears offense is coming together.
Yes.
Defense needs a little work still, but it's a process. It's not
I agree.
It's not an overnight thing. So, awesome. I like that. I do like that. I did like your beer. Now, mine says a dorky white kid with a Cub Scout bandana on his head. So the reason it says that
I was a Cub Scout.
you were
I was.
interesting. So that being said, we want you guys to vote. Who do you think the dorky white kid with the Cub Scout bandana is? If you think it's me, hit the like button. If you think it's him, hit the subscribe button.
Well, I think if you were on a Boy Scout or a Cub Scout outing in the sun, you would probably have it because your head would get burned.
But you are were a Cub Scout. You probably still are a Cub Scout. Never did make it a Boy Scout, did you?
One of these days I'll grow up. One of these days I'll be a real boy.
All right, let's pop open these
All right,
beers.
let's pop open these beers.
Guys,
We're so dumb.
Sit back, pop open a cold one, enjoy the show.
I hope they agree with me.
So remember, like if you think I'm the dorky white kid, subscribe if you think he is. If you're already subscribed, then hit share.
Yeah,
And vote
I'm
for
sure
Josh.
a lot of you know I'm a dorky white kid that watch this.
Yeah,
'cause-
see, and the funny part about this is Josh thought we were going to do this with something else, and I told him we were going to do it with something else, and I wound up changing it to that because I didn't want you to see what was on my can.
Yeah. And during the show, I like to scribble a little bit. Alan said, don't draw a monkey again. So I drew a tuna this week. So just in the pre-show.
You know what they say, though?
What?
You can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. Actually, it's a piano. I messed it up. It's a piano.
All right, you mess a lot of things up, so let's just move on.
All right. Anyway, what's got you bent this week, Josh?
Nothing really has got me bent except the death of Dick Butkus. I mean, he's a Bears legend.
Yes, that's what's got me bent this week, too.
Yeah.
I agree. Unfortunately, the world lost one of the best defensive players of all time in Dick Butkus. Our regards go out to their families, and our sentiments go out to them and all the friends and families and all Bears fans in general, because that's a huge loss.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a Bears fan, you got to take off your hat to Butkus.
Oh, absolutely. One of the greatest, if not the greatest Bear of all time.
Yep.
Well, I would say maybe Gale Sayers, Walter Payton.
Yeah.
One of the top.
Brian Piccolo.
Yes, one of the top ones.
I mean, well, I'm just saying.
No, Brian's song was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it had James Caan in it. Yeah, it was amazing. So
All right.
you didn't, did you?
Our next movie review will be on. Yes, I did see it. Yes, of
Okay.
course I seen it.
Oh, I know. Of course you've seen it. So
Okay. So anyway, let's move on. We've got something that we want to jump right into right away. Did you have something else you want? You look like you want to say something, Josh.
we got to talk about injuries because there's a few big ones.
Okay, Josh. Let's talk about injuries. Even though I didn't have it in that order, we'll go ahead and do that. This is your show anyway, so go ahead. No, but
big injuries, guys. Justin Jefferson, the number 1 overall fantasy pick in most drafts, on IR, at least 4 weeks, minimum 4 weeks.
yeah.
I expect Addison to step up big time, don't you?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was reading an article. Adam Schefter actually said that his prediction is if Minnesota's out of it, which they are now, if they're out of it, playoff contention by the end of November, they're going to shelve Jefferson. Why risk an injury to their franchise wide receiver?
Yeah.
So for Jefferson owners, this is not good.
Yeah. That's going to be rough for Minnesota in general. I mean, their whole offense is centered around him. I mean,
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins' value just plummeted. He was looking pretty good this year, and now.
Well, I think Addison and Osborne's value is going to go up. I think Hawkinson's goes down quite a bit.
And I think Hawkinson and Cousins both go down, and I think you're right. I think the other two go up, but only minimally.
Yeah.
Because those two together are not Justin Jefferson. So.
And I don't know what to think about Madison's value because I don't think. I mean, they don't have an elite speedster like Jefferson.
I was just thinking about something too. During draft time, I was saying don't go wide receiver.
I know.
Oh, okay. I just thought
Some running backs got injured too, Alan.
Okay. Khalil Herbert.
Khalil Herbert. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's not on IR that I'm aware of at this point, but he will be missing several weeks. So if you haven't already done so, Roshan Johnson is your guy in Chicago.
He's hurt too.
He has actually been practicing, though, in limited fashion. So, and they've got till this weekend to get him up and running. But
you know what that really scares me, though? Without Khalil Herbert and with a limited Roshan and Deontay Foreman, Fields is going to have to run a lot more. That opens him up to big hits, and I don't like that.
It does. And Deontay Foreman's been a healthy scratch, too. So, Roshan's your guy in Chicago if you're looking for that handcuff for Khalil Mack. When he comes back, get him back in your lineup though. Did
you know that Roshan was the backup to Bijan at the University of Texas?
Roshan and Bijan?
Roshan and Bijan, yes.
Wow.
Roshan, even though he didn't start.
I thought Bijan was a type of dog or something, isn't it? Breed of dog.
Bijan eats whatever. I don't know. I'm not a dog expert.
The next animal we will be reviewing is going to be
is a bottlenose dolphin.
Or a tuna.
Yes, or a tuna. We can't forget A-Chain.
A-Chain, yes. Yeah. They did put him on IR, correct? So he's out at least 4 weeks. Raheem Mostert going to pick up the slack there, obviously. You had a 1-2 punch going on there, but now you only have one punch. So he's your man in Miami.
Yeah, and they activated Jeff Wilson today.
Interestingly enough, too, Miami got Chase Claypool, too. Huge fantasy value there in Chase Claypool, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's right. He's been a healthy scratch for like 3 weeks now. So,
yeah.
Probably a little rusty, I'm guessing. So he won't be back to his Pro Bowl form anymore for a while. But
was he in the Pro Bowl?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't think he was.
No, he's like he got off the bench, man. Come on now.
Yeah, I was talking to Alan a little bit ago. I saw a meme earlier, a couple days ago, and I was trying to find it before the show, and I can't find it. But it said Miami Dolphins offense, and it showed 5 Marines lined up, like ready to go on the attack. They were right behind one another, and it said the first Marine was Tyreek Hill, second Marine was Jalen Waddle. The third Marine was Chase Claypool. He was dressed in a clown uniform, not the military. And then they had Mostert and A-Chain behind him. So that just says what people think about Claypool. He's not going to make a difference in Miami.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
The talent's there. The attitude is not. So
Right. Do you want to jump into WOMF now?
Let's go to WOMF.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's do this.
Just to recap, guys, I want to brag about this because this may never happen again. I'm 8-2 so far after 2 weeks. Alan, what are you? I can't read that.
8-0?
No, it says 4-5 with
4
one
and 5.
push.
Oh.
So, hey, we're 10-7.
10-7. All right.
No, wait a minute. No, 12-7.
12-7. Hey,
yes,
it's better.
Yes.
We're just getting 2 games. Yes.
12-7 with one push. So,
all right. And I had to push this week. It was a 2-point difference.
Atlanta -2. They covered by 2. So, you should have taken the under.
Oh, It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I did lose the Miami under by 2 points. It was 50. They scored 40. No, I lost by 3 points. They
Gosh,
scored
I
40.
really need you to step up your game a little bit here.
I know.
Jeez.
All right, but anyway, you
All right,
want me to start or you?
I think you started last week, so I'll start this week.
All right, let's do it.
What is this? What's on here? What did we put on here?
Games.
Games. Oh, I got the pink one.
The pink kid.
Indy versus Jacksonville.
Ooh.
Jacksonville, -4. And the over-under, I believe, is 44.5. The handwriting is absolutely atrocious, but I believe it's 44.5.
It's my handwriting, so
44.5 then. Okay. All right. It's Arvana White that actually did that.
remember Richardson's out. He's on IR, so he's out minimum 4 weeks also.
Yeah.
But Minshew's in there, so
I'm going with dun dun dun. I'm going with Jacksonville for the win.
not for the win. You got to take the points or give the points.
Whoa.
I already wrote Jacksonville, so
Yeah, that's who I want. Jacksonville for the win.
is it only 4?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
It's
at
either
home.
a 4 or a 9.
It's 4. It's 4, Alan. It's not a 9.
If you knew, why'd you ask me?
Don't put it back on there.
Why not?
That surprises me. It's only 4. I think the only reason it's 4 is because Jacksonville spent 2 weeks over the pond in London, and maybe they have some kinks to work out. Shut up. I knew you were going to make a comment about that.
Anything. I
Yes.
didn't say anything.
We're not talking about Urban Meyer in Jacksonville with his kinks, so.
Yowza.
Denver, KC. KC minus 10.5 over 47. KC's going to blow them out tonight, minus 10.5. I don't even want to touch that over.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
The Orange Kid.
All right, the orange one.
What kind of flips is he doing now?
Oh, Minnesota and Chicago.
Oh, God.
Chicago's +2 and 44 is the over/under. Wow. No Justin.
I want to tell you what I like after you make your pick.
Is Justin Jefferson playing?
He's not, Alan. We went over that.
That's right. We did talk about that, didn't we? By the way, don't start Justin Jefferson this week. Man. I'm going to pick Chicago to win that game. And the
+2?
And the 2, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would have said the over 44. Minnesota's passing more times. They're the second most passing offense next to Miami in the NFL.
Justin Jefferson.
I know.
He's not playing.
But I do like Chicago in the game. I think Chicago's really coming back.
If we could get a hold of somebody in statistics and find out exactly what percentage of offense Justin Jefferson has had, would you still do that same pick?
Yeah, because without Jefferson, they're going to have to throw much more.
Well, they're going to have to, but that doesn't mean the ball's going to be completed.
All right, I'll give you that. All right, whatever. You are getting sleepy.
What?
Look at this middle thing. Oh, my God. All right, third time's the charm or else... all right, it's greener.
Greener.
The grass is always greener. All right, purple one. Oh, Giants and Buffalo. Buffalo minus 14.5. I'm going to take that. I'm not even going to touch the over 45.
Why not? I'd go over 45.
Giants, I think, have taken the crown over my Cardinals for the worst team in the NFL.
Well, you know what? If it was over 45, it'd probably be Buffalo 45, Giants nothing would be my guess because.
Well, it'd probably be 44-0, and I'd hit the under and I'd lose.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Yeah.
Good call. My turn.
We haven't taken one. Neither one of us have taken one over/under yet. That is weird because usually we love those.
Yep, that's my favorite. But, ooh, San Francisco and Cleveland.
Oh,
Cleveland plus 8.5.
at home?
Yes.
I don't know. I think that's a trap game.
Hold on. The over/under on this is 37. Are you kidding me?
I think so. Let me double check that. Yes, I think it is actually. But let me double check that just for facts.
I'll take the over on that one.
37. It is.
I'll take the over on that
All right,
one.
over 37. Okay, San Fran over 37.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 37. Can you believe that?
Is McCaffrey not playing?
No, he's playing, but they're probably going to be up 28-0 at half and then just run the clock out.
Yeah, run the clock out with McCaffrey.
All right, before we do this, who do you think is the best team in the NFL right now? I think it's San Fran by far.
Man.
San Fran has just been dominant. Purdy has been amazing. Purdy has actually moved up the betting odds charts for MVP. He's only 4-1 right now. Can you believe that?
Yeah, man, I tell you. The best team in the NFL, I have to say, is the Niners. I mean,
Yeah, I think the Niners and then Philly, and then the rest of the NFC is tiers above or tiers below. Orange Kid, double gainer.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
AZ, oh my God, dang it! I hate picking against my Cardinals. Cardinals versus Rams -7. I'm gonna take the Rams -7.
Your phone just made a noise. Josh.
I know it's probably one of my buddies in
You're
Arizona saying.
Supposed to turn it off during the show.
It was probably one of my buddies in Arizona saying, "Lose my number because you just picked against us."
We may actually be looking for a new person to replace Josh next week. I've had to give him multiple write-ups for using his phone while he's on the show, and
He's docked my salary big time, guys, and it's hurting. So
yeah. All right, my turn to spin.
Yeah. He cut my salary in half. That's a green.
I'll cut it even further than that if you keep messing with me.
Yeah, 0 cut in half. Can you imagine cutting fourths?
Oh, this is a thriller in Manila. Excuse me. Detroit and Tampa Bay.
Ooh, I kind of like that game, actually. I
don't
really
like that
do.
game at all. I don't. You know why I don't like that game?
Why?
Because I'm the one who has to pick.
I would love to pick that game.
You know what? I'm going to take Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit for the win. It's Tampa Bay's is +3, and it's 42.5.
Tampa Bay's at home, right?
Yeah. It's 42.5 for the over-under. I'm going to take Detroit for the win.
Detroit -3?
I'm not liking these over-unders.
Well, obviously, because after 7 picks, we've only picked 1 over-under.
Yeah,
so
I'm not liking these over-unders.
And I love overs, you know that, but...
I do too.
Oh my God, it's a new one. The grass is always greener on the other side. That's by Travis. He's a European singer, if you guys know him, from the UK. But Seattle versus Cincinnati. Ooh, I really, really like this game.
Wait a minute. Who did you say sings that?
Josh Worley. Yeah, I'm
Really?
not going to let you say,
Really?
let's keep it that way.
Oh.
If I said Travis, would you say, let's keep it that way?
No, I wouldn't have said
Yeah,
let's
you
keep
would
it-
have.
No, I wouldn't have. I just said let him.
Yeah. All right, so Seattle, Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is not fully back, but they're looking great, man.
They look a lot better this last week. Guaranteed.
Chase scored 3 touchdowns. I don't see why he can't score 2 this week against Seattle. And I like Seattle's offense. Cincinnati's D sucks.
All right.
I'm going to take the over 45.
All right, since we're here on Cincinnati, let's talk about something real quick because we talked about this a little bit before the show because of our team that we have.
Yes.
I brought up the point that Joe Mixon and Christian Kirk both on our team, and Christian Kirk has scored more points this year than Joe Mixon. Okay?
Yes.
And we have who do we have in? We have Mixon in on the.
It's my week to pick our lineup, so I picked Mixon over Kirk.
I'm letting you pick the lineup all the time. So no, and that's not a bad thing. That I'm not knocking you on that one. That's a good thing. But so our discussion was this: do we start Christian Kirk or do we start
Joe Mixon?
Joe Mixon. So I'm kind of in favor, and I totally respect your decision, but I'm kind of in favor of Christian Kirk. The only reason is, and it's for the same reason that you're favored with Mixon too.
Yeah.
I think that both of those offenses are going to get kick-started this week. Okay, Cincinnati started last week. Okay, They looked good last week. I think both of those offenses, Jacksonville and Cincy, are both going to take off a little bit more.
I do too, but the thing that I think the jet lag may affect the Jags a little bit.
I don't buy it.
2 weeks in London, I mean...
You can get over jet lag in 2 days. So I
think Jacksonville's going to be up big. They're not going to need to throw. Indianapolis with Gardner Minshew, they're going to blow them out. And Seattle is a good team. They're not a great team, but neither is Cincinnati. That game could go back and forth, back and forth. So I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in that, which is why I took the over 45. And I think all major players are going to be involved.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I think Jamar Chase will be involved. And I
oh
think,
God, I hope so.
And I think Christian Kirk will be involved too. That's just my. I don't think what's his name? Etienne.
ETN scored 40 last week.
ETN.
ETN.
ET.
ETN, Etienne, whatever you want to
Did-
call him.
did he
ET phone home. Yes, it doesn't matter.
All right, so that's my opinion. You guys, why don't you put it in the comments down below? Just tell us what you think. Should we be starting Christian Kirk this week? Should we be starting Mixon? You know, what should we do? We've already made our decision. We're going with Mixon, and I'm totally cool with that because I think either one of them could take off.
Or
this
should
week.
we watch ET phone home on the background while we do our next show?
Well, actually, what we're going to do next show is we're actually going to review that movie and go through the aspects of that movie and all the intricacies that it took to make that movie. So join us next week for. All right. Anyway, let's get back to football. So
Okay.
I like that pick though. I like the Cincinnati pick. So my
Okay.
turn. My turn.
No,
to
I
spin?
picked over.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Cincinnati.
all right,
Well,
yeah.
Oh, you said you put Cincinnati, so I thought
Well,
you picked the.
Either one of the teams over 45 would have made the same difference.
All
So.
right. Let's see what.
Oh
we
my
got.
God, you actually. Oh,
Whoa, hang on, it's not stopped yet. There it goes. Okay, perfect. Whew, it's close. All right, Baltimore and Tennessee.
Ooh, I like this game actually. I really
Tennessee
do.
gets the 4 points on this one, and the over/under is 41.5. Again, I don't like the over/under on this. I don't like it.
What's the line? 4.5 or 4?
Four.
4?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I'm gonna go with Baltimore in the 4.
What did I write down? Baltimore minus 4.
Yeah.
They lost a crappy game. They played like crap, guys. And Baltimore, we were talking before the game when we watched them the other. Oh, that's mine. Yeah, I just spun it imaginarily.
Good job.
So, we were talking before it, and we said Baltimore is sneakily one of the best teams in the NFL.
Also, in the comments down below, put if you think sneakily is actually a word.
It is.
Put down below. If you think
I have a
sneakily-
degree in English. You don't, so.
Put down below if you think sneakily is a word. Anyway, go ahead.
How about sneakily? That's not a word.
Reveal your wonderful spin there.
I got to do the over. It's Miami. Carolina, Miami. 47.5. Yeah. Miami might score 70 points again.
Yeah, they'll probably score 47.5, and then whatever Miami or Carolina can score is just add on to that.
Yeah,
13.5 on the spread on that. That's crazy.
it is.
All right, let's get rid of WOMF.
All right. Well, I want you guys to see this picture of the tuna that I drew. I hope it's I think it's pretty damn good for about 30 seconds. So
we've sunk to new lows.
I want you guys to put your comments on my drawing of a tuna. It's supposed to be a yellow fin or a blue fin because that's where the stripe is normally next to the dorsal fin. So
next week on our show. All right, so what else you got, Josh? Anything that
I don't
jumps
really
out
have a
to you?
lot. I'm just I'm curious as to how these injuries are going to affect the Vikings, the Dolphins, because Wilson is back. I wonder if he's going to have an impact at all, or could be a huge impact, could be non-existent. So
What do you think? I want to go back to Chicago. What do you think of Khalil Herbert being gone? What do you think that offense is looking like at that point? So obviously, Fields to Moore is their mainstay. That's
I really like that offense.
Sorry to share.
However, I think Khalil Herbert was more of an elite runner than Roshan and Deontay Foreman. So it scares me a little bit that they're not going to have that running back to be afraid of out of the backfield. Fields may get more pressure, which may mean that he can run more, but it also may mean that he's going to take more hits. So
True. Now I'll say this about Roshan Johnson though. I was at one point kind of concerned because I do have Khalil Herbert on my team, on one of my teams.
yeah,
I was a little concerned that he might actually take over that number one position until Khalil started stepping it up and getting a little bit better and better. So again, my recommendation. I know you were big on Deontay Foreman.
I was.
Last week. My recommendation is going to be for Roshan. If you've got him, I already checked all my leagues. He's already gone, but that's fine. I've got plenty of depth on my bench, so I'm not worried about it. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you can get him as the handcuff, and you need him, could be a good sleeper.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So I guess.
Oh, quick fact. I don't know if Alan knows this. I know for a fact he doesn't, but Roshan and Deontay Foreman both went to the University of Texas.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Which is like basically running back U. It's one of the running back U's.
Hang
So
on. Let me write that down so I don't forget it. I can use it for future shows, okay? Josh is a moron.
yes.
Okay. Idiot.
We all know how much Alan loves college football.
Yes. College football's great. It's almost as good as high school football. Almost.
What was that thing? 106 to 83?
Yeah.
Oh god, that game was ridiculous.
It was a high school game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so one piece of parting advice I have for you is that man who make love to woman on side of hill, not on level. And if you don't like that, get bent.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
I said if you don't like that,
football. On fantasy football. I hate you, Alan. What the hell was that?